and I actually walked away from that job. I just wasn't happy, and that's when it all happened. That's like when I was posting and it took off. I'm like, wow, maybe I can make this my career, like something I'm actually loving. Like, this is what I love to do. And then that's how it all happened.
So do you, like, you're going out there and you know you can't hunt, but you're out there to say, you know, you're pulling your bow back, you're not going to pull the trigger, but you're just out there to say, look, I could, but you're doing that quite a bit then, right?
Yeah, I feel like you learn so much. Even if you're not shooting anything, you're still learning so much while you're out there. But these other people, I think they take that opportunity, and instead of actually learning about hunting and going out there and putting the work in, they just go to these outfitters and shoot a buck and be like, oh, I got this giant buck. But then it's like, but what did you learn? That's how I feel about it. And nothing against it, nothing. I just feel like you should put the work in, that's all.
Alicia Morg, she's in Pennsylvania. We're going to talk about archery. We're going to talk about hunting and all kinds of fun-filled activities, but we want to go back in the origin of things. We want to know, are you from Pennsylvania? Where did you grow up? Tell us about yourself, and how did you become a huntress? Is that a right term?
Huntress? Yeah, huntress is good. Hunter. I live in Pennsylvania in a small town called Coltmont, and it's actually they call it the coal region because we have coal mining banks all around us. So when I hunt, everything's coal. So it's a little bit of a challenge, but I love it. I grew up here. I lived here my whole entire life. But recently I've been traveling out of state to go hunt other states, which is such a cool experience. I've been to Ohio, Illinois, Colorado, Florida, Tennessee. So it's been an awesome ride the last 2 years.
Well, take us back to a little Alisha, I think of, was Pennsylvania, is that where like Deer Hunter was with De Niro? And was that Appalachian somewhere, the Smoky Mountains? It wasn't Tennessee.
Smoky Mountains is Tennessee, correct?
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie Deer Hunter?
No, I actually have not.
Okay.
I might get crucified for that.
Yeah, right. Well, hey, look, you should. But in 1978 Academy Award winner Robert De Niro and
I'll have to check it out.
Jon Voight and Meryl Streep. Yeah,
really?
I think, yeah.
Good actors in it.
Oh yeah, it was Brian De Palma's one of his first films, I think. I dare say I think it was in Pennsylvania.
So, interesting. I'll have to check it out. Thanks.
Right. So let's go back to little Alicia. How were you hunting when you were a kid? Like, what did that look like?
No, I actually did not. I didn't grow up with a hunting family. I don't have, my dad left like when I was young. That's a whole nother story. But it was actually my first boyfriend. I put it in his birthday card. I put my hunting license in it. And I was like, take me hunting with you. This is when I was like only 21. And he took me out and I shot my first deer the first day I ever hunted. And I was like, this is the best thing ever. I loved it. I fell in love with it then. And then every year after that, I started going with him. But then when we split, I just continued just to hunt on my own. And now I'm literally like running 15 trail cams and putting up my own stands. So it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Now that first deer, did you take the backstrap, tenderloin, all that? You cook it up? Or
yeah, they actually, my friends like butcher their deer on their own. So yeah, I love making deer jerky and tenderloins to burger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now where does your journey take you when you start, getting into this thing? You start, was this, what year was it? What does the internet look like, and then kind of tell us about your journey, because you become like an influencer, and you got.
When I first started hunting, we didn't even have female hunting clothes, which is wild. I remember like trying to find female hunting clothes and there was nothing out there. Now there's so many options out there for females. But yeah, I never even, it was expecting it. It was like 3 years ago. And I just made a random TikTok of me hunting in a tree stand. And I put it out there and it just like blew up. And here I am 3 years later with, gosh, like I have over 500,000 followers on Snap right now, like almost 200K on TikTok. And I think like 70K on Instagram.
Well, that's cool. So let's talk about this TikTok post. Now, you 3 years ago, you're just getting out of the pandemic, or Texas. We only did the pandemic for like a couple weeks. It's a joke. But because Texas, there's a different country. But you make this video. What was the video about? And why do you think it hit so much traction? Tell us about that.
My first video that actually went viral, it said, "I'd rather be chasing bucks than chasing men," or something in that manner. And
Yeah.
I don't know, it just like took off. I'm not quite sure why. I can't figure TikTok out. The videos I think will do well don't do well, and the videos that I just toss out there end up like going viral.
Yeah. So what else did you do in the video? How long was that video?
Like 5 seconds.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes things just click. So,
Yeah.
so you start, after that, you're like, oh shit, this could really be good. I could build something. Were you doing what you were doing now, or did the social launch your other stuff? What were you doing at that time as far as location?
I had a state job for 13 years. My last position, I was a retail training instructor, and I had to teach people how to like treat customers, etc. Mm-hmm. And my manager was really tough on me, and I actually walked away from that job. I just wasn't happy. I was putting like 60 hours in, only getting paid for like 37.5. So I walked away, and thankfully my mom owned a business called Rock and Block, and she sold retaining wall, pavers, mulch, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I was able to work down there until I figured out what my next step was. And then that's when it all happened. That's like when I was posting and it took off. I'm like, wow, maybe I can make this my career, like something I'm actually loving. Like, this is what I love to do. And then that's how it all happened.
How do you start to make that your career with, the posters? You start posting every day. You're like, ooh, I'm gonna start, nurturing this. And then how do you build it from there?
Like you get sponsorships, of course, like from different brands, and certain apps pay you for content.
How long did it take you to the sponsorships?
I'd say about like a year in.
That's pretty good. That's fast. You scaled pretty fast. Well, a lot of people.
Sorry, my cat's meowing. I'm sorry.
I love black cats. Black cats.
Yeah, she's my buddy wrangler.
So you start after 1 year, you built up all this following, and you start, doing sponsorships, and then you started offering a service also after that. You mentioned it, or what you said that you got 13 or a number of different, things that you're doing now. What do you do? Are you just posting and then sponsoring? Are you sponsoring people, or what? That's the main. So you're just full-time content.
Certain apps, like people will, like on Instagram, people will subscribe to you. So I get paid from Instagram just by subscribers. Mm-hmm. Also on Snapchat, they pay you for like spotlights and etc. So
what's the
TikTok's the only app that I actually do not monetize off of. I could, but I don't know. I don't want to be that influencer that pushes product on people all the time. Like, do you understand what I mean? Yeah. I just want to just be true to who I am and just have certain product that I do truly believe in, and not just to make content. Yeah.
That's the one that started it all. So, but the other ones took as well, like, your Instagram and all that, Mm-hmm. It's interesting. How do you come up with like ideas for content to keep things fresh?
It's tough. People don't like, it's a job. It's seriously a job until you think of the content, create the content, edit the content, put out the content, then engage with the content. It's a full-time job. Mm-hmm. I don't know. You just got to think outside the box. You got to think what's going to get hits, what's going to get shares, saves, etc.
So what are some of the highlights that you would take us through? Like, you started to post about, other than, just
archery. I love archery. Like, that's my passion.
What do you do? What do you do with tell us about some of the, the archery lessons that, that you teach on
archery lessons. I've actually was never taught, which I should have been. And I would suggest anybody that ever asks me questions about this, I always say, please go to like one of your like local archery shops and get professional help, because I self-taught and I picked up a lot of bad habits on the way. I tried to fix most of them, but I still have them. They'll stick with me for life now, but it's okay. I manage. I'm still accurate, consistent. That's all that matters. Guys get tough with me on some of my posts, and it really doesn't bother me, like, because I'm confident in myself. I know I shoot well, so I don't really care how I look when I'm shooting. I always say I'm like the Happy Gilmore of archery, and that's fine with me.
Awesome. How often are you going hunting? Would you say a year?
I hunt literally every day of my life that I can.
Wow.
Like, yeah, I'm
I'm
like consistently out there every day for like the last 4 years, I would say. Prior to that, it was like whenever I got the opportunity.
wow. What would you say is like the most, if you take it through some of the highlights of it, their interesting, situations while you're out there? A cat's
With
looking farm. Yeah,
with
like
hunting deer,
yeah, just so many different. You have so much of a data set of 4 years of like hunting every day. That's a lot
yeah,
of experiences. What are
there's
some of the
so many
highlights?
moments that I wish I would have got on film that just didn't happen, but live in my head forever. But I love deer hunting. It's just amazing, and I don't know, just the rut's probably like my favorite experience when you actually get to see action in the woods and hear all the like their sounds that they make. It's just a different world. I don't know. I do it all myself now. Like I scout, I find the buck, I put my trail cams out, I put minerals out. But yeah, I'm on a good one this year. I hope. I hope.
You must have like a couple big freezers.
Yeah, yeah. We're actually Pennsylvania. We're only allowed one buck. So
What?
mhm,
Wait, so
yeah.
if you're only allowed one, well, then you're getting, but you're allowed how many females?
Up to three. You could buy, unless they change that, but yeah, you can buy three antlerless tags.
So how are you going hunting every day if that's all you're allowed?
Well, I let a lot of nice bucks pass me, but I'm always waiting for that moment where I'm like, I don't even have to think about it in my head. Like, is that the one? Do I want that one? I just want that moment where I know it's
So that's
the one
kind
I
of it's like Sean Penn in that movie where he's a photographer, and he's like sitting there and he's got the camera. This movie with Ben Stiller, and it's like not about Schmidt. What is it called? Anyways, he plays this like really mysterious photographer, and they're out there in like Greenland or something, and or Iceland, and he's looking at this like snow leopard, and it's quiet, and he's got his camera right there, and he looks at it, and Ben Stiller's like, "You need to take the picture." He's like, "No, this one's just for me." So do you like you're going out there and you can't hunt, but you're out there to say, you're pulling your bow back, you're not going to pull the trigger, but you're just out there to say, look, I could, but you're doing that quite a bit then, right?
yeah, I feel like you learn so much. Even if you're not shooting anything, you're still learning so much while you're out there. Um, that's what I always say. Like I see certain influencers out there now, like they have a viral video, then all of a sudden, like what happens is all these outfitters will reach out to you, and nothing against outfitters at all. Like I understand certain people, like if they don't have the time and whatnot because of their jobs, like I understand they want to go to an outfitter. But these other people, I think they take that opportunity and instead of actually learning about hunting and going out there and putting the work in, they just go to these outfitters and shoot a buck and be like, oh, I got this giant buck. But then it's like, but what did you learn? That's how I feel about it. And nothing against it. Nothing. I just feel like you should put the work in. That's all.
Yeah, no, you're a purist. You're through and through,
I'm a true hunt. Yeah, like I like to put. I like to learn. I like to put the work in. I like to do things myself, I guess.
Do you Uber out on the gear sometimes? I know a lot of hunters, they'll get into anybody that gets into like any kind of skill set, they'll kind of Uber out on like the gear and the all the gadgets and everything and all the.
Honestly, I am so simple as I really am. I'm not into like the name brand stuff. I rather support companies that are like small businesses. I don't know. To me, like camel's camel. I don't care what kind of camel you have on. It's all the same. Like, so no, I'm not. I guess that's why I probably won't ever get sponsored, like by certain like bigger companies, because I rather support the smaller ones.
No, that's nice.
Yeah. Like
Just
Send Assassin, I'll never leave them ever, ever, ever. Like I don't care. Like Dead Downwind came up to me and said, "Hey, we'd like to sponsor you." I'd be like, I just can't leave them. They've been with me since day one, and I don't know. I'll
that's
stick with them.
that's noble. Yeah. Does
Yeah.
does one camo work better than the other?
No, it's all the same. You could hunt and you could honestly hunt in a flannel and jeans. It's truly all about scent and movement.
Yeah, let's do a top five right about now. It's a little early for one because usually to them, but let's do a top five. What are the top five key ways to be a great deer hunter?
Top 5 ways to be a great deer hunter. Hmm. Manage your land. Scout. Know what you're looking for. Whether that be early season or late season or during the rut, there's different signs that you could be looking for. Um, Patience. Patience is definitely a huge one. Don't jump at the first opportunity, first buck you see, because you never know. What's another one? Be a great deer hunter. Make sure that I'm all about being an ethical hunter, not taking shitty shots. I think you should take an ethical shot at a buck. And what's another one? Got me on spot here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The final one should be, what's the biggest mistake a hunter makes? Like, I guess like, well, that's what we are asking. What's the biggest
I
mistake?
think scent. I think scent is a huge one. I like a lot of people argue that, but I think you've definitely got to. I'm big on scent proof stuff and definitely playing the wind. It's definitely important, whether it's walking to your stand.
Like the scent, the smell. So make sure that you're talking about like you're downwind so they can't smell you because they're so in tune.
Correct.
And all.
You got to play the wind. That's number one. But I also agree on like being scent free. A lot of hunters will argue saying it has nothing to do with that. You just got to play the wind. But I'd rather do both.
Yeah.
Just play it.
I didn't think of that. That's true. Don't wear any cologne out there. Don't wear any go out there wearing Ralph Lauren or anything like that. All right.
No, they have a good sense of smell.
So you know how to do all this yourself? You know how to, you hunt it and then you know how to, break it down, skin it,
I do.
Process it.
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
You do that every time now, or you got a processor near you? You say, you take care of that, or
he's actually like one of my best friends.
Okay,
I'm lucky when it comes to that.
You take it over to him, and how quickly you have to do that? Once just curious, like
for them to process it there, like that, like literally that day.
If it's cold, if it's cold out, then you don't have to like gut it right away. But like how do you when you
hunt do it, though? Like he does.
Tell us through the process. Take it through the process. You hunting, you shoot deal. What do you do then? How do you quarter it? Like what's your process?
No, you just got the deer and then take it
right away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
You don't hang it upside down to do that.
I think it's actually a law. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's a law that you have to get it before you move it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure.
And you hang them, or how's that process go? I've never done it. Never hunted deer.
As far as like.
Yeah, how you hang it up from a tree? So it or it's just
they have a shop, so they have like the hanger. They have the whole hanging.
Oh, so you just shoot them, put them on the back of the truck, and then take them there. You don't have to to do it right away.
No.
Okay, got it. And you got to be.
Maybe some people do, but I have not.
Yeah.
Ever done it that way.
A little easier that way. I'll tell you that. Yeah. All right. So what's going on topically with you right now? What's going on in your career? What's going on, with you in personal life? Tell us a little, what's happening with you recently.
I'm seriously so ready for the fall. I get eager around this time. Hopefully I'm going to do a velvet hunt coming up here in Maryland. And then I think going back out to Colorado for elk. And then hopefully just putting the rest of my time in PA.
What do you like? As far as eating, what do you like better, elk or deer?
I've never had elk yet. I went out and hunted elk.
This is the first time.
I haven't had elk, and I really want to try it because I heard it's really good.
Yeah. How about a long-term future? The long-term play. When you plan that far, 3-5 years down the line.
I'm just going to continue to do this until I don't want to do it anymore, and then I'll figure it out. I really don't have any long-term goals. I just try to live every day like it's your last. You just never know.
You seem very Zen-like about that. Your book can be like the Zen art of deer hunting. Mm-hmm. And she's drinking a White Claw today. Look at that. It's a Saturday. You're an hour ahead, so it's okay. It's noon. It's beyond afternoon.
5 o'clock somewhere, right?
That's right. You're all right. I like that. You're having a good time. Tell everybody how they can find out more about you, what you do, and so they can experience what you're doing every day out there in the field.
I have Ali More Outdoor on TikTok and Instagram, and then my handle for Snapchat is Alicia Morg. So ALICIAMORG.
All right. Alicia Morg, you have a good time with your little cat there, your black cat. Enjoy your White Claw and enjoy
Thank
when you
you.
going hunting again. When you're going out to go hunting. When's the next
September.
time?
September.
Like when are you gonna go hunt? September? You're not hunting today or tomorrow?
No hunting. August. It's like the longest 3 months of my life: June, July, and August. So I fish. I've been doing a lot of fishing.
You're an outdoor girl through and through. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. Have a great Saturday. Enjoy the rest of it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All righty.
It's on.
Thanks for joining us. Gear up for your next adventure and head over to bolotour.com to check out the amazing Bolo Pack and their other innovative outdoor gear. Catch you next time.